Okay, so we've got this Technics tape deck. It's an RS-TR474. It's a mid-90s machine to the early 2000s, I do believe. And as you can see, we've got a problem. I didn't even tell it to do anything and it's opened. And now it's not closing. So I wasn't sure what the problem was with this deck because it's the first time I've powered it on. But we can now see before we go any further, we have a loading issue. Yeah, I don't see anything catching on the inside, so it's obviously something to do with the actual motor that's driving the mech behind, where it feels like it's catching. And it's obviously not going its full travel because it's not activating the micro switch to tell it that it's closed. We'll try playing a tape, see if we can fool it. No, it's not. Yeah, so it's not activating the micro switch at the very least. There's usually a little plastic slider on the back that goes up and down to help the deck go in. And I think that's what part of the problem is with this. So I don't even know if we've got any other issues with this deck yet. So if we just try the other side, just check to see if we do actually have playback on that side and audio. Right, we've got no audio, all totally dead. I know this tape's got stuff on it, and I mean there's not even any tape hiss or anything, it's just totally dead is the output. So we've got a fault where there's no audio at all as well on the deck, because there should be output and there's nothing even on the preamp or anything on the tape deck. So we've obviously got an issue we need to look at there. I think the best thing to do is to open it up and see what's going on. Start with looking at what that fault is there. So we've got 2 screws on either side and 2 on the back. We'll just unplug it and move all those screws out. Back in and see what's going on with this mech. I can see there's something not right there to start with. Let's just switch cameras. So it feels like when I first powered it on and I said it didn't look right, this little piece of plastic here, it looked like it was not quite where it should be. It just felt a little bit like it was stuck. As you can see, there was movement on it. And when I first pressed it, it was rock hard. And when I gently pressed it, it sort of clicked a little bit and went back into position like it is now. So I think that's what was stopping it, because as you can see, it's sliding all the way down to the bottom to where the micro switch is, and the door is closing now without any issue. Also gives you a nice view of how it actually works. We'll pop a tape in and just see if that's actually working now. Yeah, it's definitely working now. But we have absolutely no audio output whatsoever, so we've definitely got a problem with that now. Quite a few times in the past I've found problems with these decks in the past where you have totally no audio whatsoever, and usually what you find is there's a little resistor on the back here, and when you test everything, go through it with a scope, eventually you find that you've got a resistor that's failed open, and that basically stops the preamp and everything working. They've clearly changed the design on this, and there's even a little state there to say that they've changed the revision of the boards and everything from the versions that I've done before. So looking at how the layout of everything now, you can see that instead of the head cable going to a preamp or anything on the board, it's looping from this deck to this deck, and then this deck is feeding it all back. Technics deck of this age, it's a bit of a pain to work on. It's not like Sony or Yamaha or anything like that where you just pop a few screws off to take the back off. These are actually all soldered in place to the motors and everything. So what we're going to have to do is take this mech out, desolder the board to remove it, and then we can access the actual back of the board. It's also how you would change the belts on these as well, but the belts don't often fail on these. It's usually the plastic gears that fail, but we can check everything while we're in it. So that's going to be fun. We have to take all that out now. So the best thing to do with this now is just to remove the front panel. So you've got 3 screws to remove to it, and then 2 that hold the mechs in. So you want to take all those screws out. There's usually little plastic tabs, retaining tabs on the side. You probably just see that one there. Just bend the panel slightly and it'll all pop off like so. We now want to access this, but to start with we have to take the whole mech out. It should all lift off now. Put that to one side. We have 3 little screws to remove there. So what we need to do now is we need to desolder this here for this motor connector, and then we need to desolder this motor here as well, which is direct onto the board. So that's on the connector there, so that should just push forwards like so. Because we also have this edge connector here. So on looking at the back of the board, I can see a couple of resistors that look like the ones that are on the RS-TR474 machine that I had a few months back. So these 2 resistors should be 18 and 27 ohm. That is 8's reading is open on that one. Likewise, I'm getting the same reading on that. So we'll take the other one out as well. Just solder this in. Snip those leads off. So we'll just solder the motors back on. Everything appears to be connected. So what we'll do now is reassemble this and see if we have fixed the problem. Okay, so I best just put this back together properly. I forgot to put the front on. While we've got it open, we'll grab our test tape, put a tape in, and hopefully we've now got VU meters and everything. Yes, we do. There you go. So that's another deck saved from the landfill. Hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.